Hey everyone, welcome back to another English learning podcast. I'm Missy.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Sally. How are you doing today? Because we've got a topic that everyone struggles with, reading.
Oh yes, reading in English can be tough. Have you ever sat down with a textbook or an article, read a few pages, and then thought, wait, what did I just read?
Every time. You finish a whole chapter and realize you remember absolutely nothing. It's the worst.
It really is, and it happens to students all the time, especially when the material is complicated, like science, history, or academic research.
Or even just newspapers. I know people who can talk in English just fine, but when they try to read an English news article, they get lost halfway through.
Exactly, and don't get me started on Shakespeare.
Oh, yes. To be or not to be. More like to understand or not to understand.
So if reading in English feels hard for you, you're not alone. But today, we're going to fix that.
Right. We'll show you a simple way to understand more, remember more, and actually enjoy what you read.
And the best part, it works for everyone. Beginners, advanced learners, students, even professionals.
It's a technique called the KWL method. But before we explain it, let's talk about something that'll help you see why it works.
Okay, imagine reading as a kind of exercise.
Ooh, like a mental workout?
Exactly. Think of reading like going for a run.
Interesting. So when you go running, you don't just jump up and sprint, right?
No way. You warm up first. You stretch, move your muscles, get your body ready.
Then you do your main exercise. You run.
And after that, you slow down, breathe, and cool off. You don't just stop suddenly.
So you're saying reading should be the same. Warm up, do the main reading, and cool down at the end.
Exactly, but most people skip both. They just open the book, read, and close it.
That's so true. I've done that so many times. No warm up, no cool down, and then I forget everything I read.
That's where the KWL method comes in. It helps you prepare before you read and reflect after you read.
KWL, 3 letters that can completely change the way you understand what you read.
So here's how it works. K stands for what I know, W for what I want to know, and L for what I learned.
Simple, right? But it's super effective. It's like stretching your brain before a mental workout.
Let's start with the first step, the K. Before you open a book, stop for a minute and ask yourself, what do I already know about this topic?
Let's take an example. Suppose you're about to read a book about Albert Einstein.
Oh, good one. So, what do you already know?
I know he was a genius scientist. I know he had crazy hair. And I know something about E equals MC squared, even though I have no clue what that means.
Same here. But that's exactly the point. It doesn't matter how little you know, just writing it down activates your brain. It gives you a foundation to build on.
You're connecting new information to what's already in your mind.
Exactly. So that's your warm-up. It gets your brain ready to read.
Then comes the W, what do you want to know?
This is my favorite part. You turn reading into a little mission. You ask questions like, what does E equal MC squared mean? How did he discover it? Did he really fail math?
Oh, yeah, that old story. Einstein failed math. I heard that too.
When you ask questions like that, your mind gets curious. You start reading differently. You're looking for answers.
Exactly. It's no longer boring words on a page. It's a hunt. You're focused.
That's the beauty of it. Then, after you finish reading, we move to the L, what you learned.
The cool down part.
Right. This is where you take a few minutes to think, what did I actually learn?
For our Einstein example, maybe you learned that he didn't fail math at all, that he was German but became Swiss, that he loved writing romantic letters.
He really was a surprising person.
And when you write down what you learned, you make it stick. Your brain says, okay, this is important, keep it.
Exactly. You don't need to read the same chapter 5 times anymore. Once you write your L, it stays in your memory.
So the KWL method keeps you active all the way through, before,
during, and after reading.
Yes, most people think reading means just looking at words, but it's actually about connecting thoughts.
And that's why this method works for everyone, whether you're studying English, reading news, or preparing for an exam.
You can even use it for TOEFL or IELTS practice. It helps you train your brain to think in English while reading.
And for students, it saves so much time. You don't have to reread again and again because you actually remember what you read the first time.
So practical, right? Just take a minute before reading to do your K and W, and a minute after for your L.
That's barely 2 minutes total, but it changes everything.
It really does. Once you start doing it regularly, reading feels easier, faster, and more interesting.
So basically, K is what you know, W is what you want to know, and L is what you learned.
Warm up, read, cool down, just like running, but for your brain.
I love that. Reading cardio.
Exactly. And the best part, you'll remember what you read instead of closing the book and forgetting everything.
So next time you open a book, don't rush into it.
Take a breath, think about what you know, what you want to learn, and then after you're done, note what you discovered.
You'll start reading with confidence and actually enjoying it.
Reading doesn't have to be stressful. It can be satisfying.
I love that. Reading to discover, not just to finish.
Exactly. And that's how you become a better reader. 1K, 1W, and 1L at a time.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks for listening, and happy reading, everyone.
Take care and see you next time.